Everybody's ready. I'll get my teeth in straight. If everybody's ready, we'll begin. 7 o'clock. Fire exits. The doors are fairly obvious. We would congregate at Coggles if we need to. Could I please ask everybody to make sure their phones are on silent or switched off? And anybody speaking, please make sure your microphone is turned on. Item 1, of course, is to receive members' apologies for absence.
Good evening, Mr Mayor. We have apologies from Councillor Brewer due to ill health and Councillor B. Moyes due to family commitment.
Thank you. Any other apologies? Councillor Pyatt?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm asking for a clarification from yourself, if you can. For giving apologies for missing a meeting regarding to standing orders and councillors' expectation policy. Number 3.2. Councillors who are unable to attend meetings are expected to give apologies before any meeting they are summoned to via email or telephone call to the office. So my understanding is right, that apologies can only be accepted or refused by the councillors at that meeting. Can you confirm this is the correct? Thank you.
Thank you. I think this is something I need to refer to the town clerk on
Council
for advice.
would accept apologies, yes, but they should come through you or I, the apologies.
Is that clear enough?
That's not what it says. That's not what it says within the expectation policy and the standing orders. It says they must come through to this meeting.
Apologies should come through to the clerk or to me.
To be brought to this meeting.
To be brought to the meeting, yes.
Can you make it clearer on the standing orders and the council expectations then, please?
Yes, I think all councillors should be aware of expectations. Councillor Jordan.
I gave my apologies last meeting to the office, but there wasn't come through to this meeting.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Any other comments on apologies? Does anybody else wish to speak? Can we receive members' declarations of interest? Councillor Jordan. Okay. Right, thank you. And Councillor Leach. Councillor Moises? Same. Okay.
Yep.
And Councillor Lane.
Yeah, on receipts, and Saturday the 8th of March, I attended a twinning club dinner for myself and my wife.
Councillor Lewis? Number 10. Thank you. Item 3, public participation, written reports and written questions. Item 1 under 3 is County Councillor report and questions. Councillor Tony White.
Yeah, I haven't got anything else to tell you other than the report I sent in, but no doubt if there's any questions, I'll try and answer them.
Right, thank you for your submitted report. Are there any questions? Councillor Levers.
Councillor White, tonight I had to cross the road down Railway Road, as I do frequently, and I wondered if we could do anything with the Norfolk County Council. Hopefully we can put a letter in or something, but there are no push buttons for the green man on those traffic lights, and it is a nightmare. And there were students coming off the train, and they said they spend 3 minutes at least they spend it in the morning and in the evening trying to cross that road. When the traffic lights change, when it changes
the freeway.
Then when
the
it
freeway
changes,
lights.
yeah, but when they change for one, the other one goes. So you're just trying to do the railway road, and you just can't do it. You have to wait till every bit of traffic is gone, and that is a long time. With more housing estates coming, more cars on our railway road, etc., we need a push-button green man on those traffic lights. Can we do anything about it with
I'll
Norfolk?
have a look at the traffic lights, but as I see them, if you're going down to the station, you can go on green, but that's red coming back from the other way. So therefore, if you want to turn in at Bennett Street...
No, we're crossing the road as pedestrians. To cross from there to Brick Lane, for instance. I couldn't do it today. I had to wait till all the traffic had completely gone. And
You know
so did
my
the
thing
speed.
I always tell you? Just send me a message in, then I'll find out and
Whether
give you
we
the
can-
best answer I can.
Well, I think, to be quite honest, Downham needs a new traffic
The
plan.
quicker you send it to me, the quicker I'll ask them.
All right, I'll do it anyway, but I hope I can get the backing of a letter from this council. Thank you.
Councillor Pyatt.
Yeah, can I thank Councillor White for the work he's done on the footways around the town for us. He did it at his expense sheet, and I would like to say on behalf of the council, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Any other questions?
No, I'm excused now, I think.
Yes. Thank you very much, Councillor White. Borough councillors, any reports? Councillor Bullen?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Really, two things. I've just come from a meeting, a joint panel meeting about the local government reorganisation. Councillor Osborne and Councillor Ratcliffe are both there, which Councillor there not being here this evening, I guess, so I'm not offering their apologies, but an explanation why they're not here. That's been the one issue which has really been focusing the mind of the council for some time now, with the submission having to go to government on Friday. There's an extraordinary full council meeting tomorrow when we're looking at the three options in front of the council. I'm not going to preempt what they are, although we pretty much know what it will be, but after tomorrow we'll have a much better idea of the way forward. I'll leave that there now. I'm happy to take any questions. The only other item I really raise is we're very aware and we are doing a lot of work about, I'll describe it as the encampment on the memorial field. So there's a lot of activity going on in the background. We're trying to find a satisfactory solution which takes into account not only the individual, I'm not being rude, but the individual in question, his welfare long term, but also the concerns of residents. We're addressing it, we're doing a lot, and then things might be a bit clearer in the next few days. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Councillor Bullen? No? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Councillor Pyatt had a question.
Sorry, Councillor Pyatt, did you have a question?
Councillor Bullen. Have you
Hello,
sat down?
I'm
You're
still here, thank
You're still there. I was very disappointed after all the meetings we've had with yourself and with the council to see that the special expenses have gone up by 10.9%. That's the highest increase within the budget that we're handing. Is there a reason for that? Can you find out an explanation for us, please?
I'll find that out and I'll come back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bullen. Item 3.3.
Oh, can I just confirm that Councillor Osborne sent his apologies and a report prior to the meeting. Councillor Ratcliffe has sent her apologies. Councillor Tyler isn't here.
Thank you. Item 3.3, police. Councillor Levers?
Just a quick word. I asked to speak in the police because we've downloaded, well, not we have, the office have downloaded the SAMs from London Road, and the statistics are not very good at all because most of the speeding is in the early hours from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. and 33% of the drivers are over the limit, 42.5. And also, at 5 a.m., 50% of them are over the limit. I've spoken to or sent an email to the policeman we send them to and asked if we can have a radar gun on there, which is we need to do something about that.
Thank you, Councillor Levers. And on to item 3.4, public participation. I understand, Jenny Groom, you want to speak to us. Thank you.
Thank you, councillors. I would like to thank the Town Council, together with the Town Clerk and all council staff, for organising the recent civic event, An Evening with Colin Bell. Those who were able to attend were privileged to hear not only the first-hand experiences of a World War II fighter pilot, but also of Downham Market life during that period. It was a unique experience. Having been a town councillor in the past, for over 30 years, I am very aware of the many hours of commitment that the role involves and of the huge benefits that such commitment can make to our community. Not just for the civic events, like the one just mentioned, or the more social activities, such as the recent Gingerbread Town Day, but more importantly, the day-to-day work and commitment involved in keeping our community safe and secure and helping it to thrive and develop. I would therefore like to take this opportunity to thank all councillors, past and present, for the work that they have done or have to do. In doing so, I would like to highlight the work of former town councillor and past mayor, Mike Coles. I expect that many round the council table today did not even know that he was a former councillor or mayor. But without his hard work, persistence and financial acumen, the community facility that we all know as the Jubilee Centre would have been sold by the County Council as a building site. Another former mayor and councillor, John Doyle, John chose Downham Market as a town to retire to, then continued to work hard, supporting the community and working to make it an even better place, spending long days organising and hosting events and supporting different community groups, truly committed to the community that he made home. Finally, but by no means least, a few words about Councillor Jackie Westrop. Jackie gave unstintingly of her time, and many of our local charities have benefited from her skill at navigating the difficult pathways through grant funding criteria and paperwork. I am aware that several councillors found it difficult to work with Jackie, but nobody can take away her commitment to this community and her commitment to Downham Market Town Council. Councillors, Jackie's breadth of knowledge, understanding of local government and general skill set was a very real asset for Downham Market Town Council and the community that it serves, something that the Town Council and the community will sadly miss. Town councillors, although unpaid, are elected representatives of local government, not volunteers. They are bound by clear criteria and rules, but sadly are often the victims of abuse and general nastiness. I am saddened by the fact that Jackie, who gave so much to our community, was the target of much vicious and unwarranted nastiness. Despite this, she continued to work for the benefit of the community to the best of her ability. Councillors, thank you for giving of your time to serve your community. Let us all remember the many councillors who have served before, too many to be named individually, but particularly those we have so recently lost. Thank you, councillors, for your time.
Thank you very much. And on to correspondence.
There's no new correspondence, Mr.
No
Mayor.
new correspondence. Item 4 is to receive town clerk reports and mayor's announcements.
I have nothing new to report, Mr Mayor.
Nothing new from the clerk. I'm happy to report that I opened an exhibition celebrating 100 years of the WI down at the Discovery Centre, where there was tea and cake and conversation. Very interesting meeting. I must say I hadn't realised quite how much they've done for the town and for the community generally. When we come to debate some of the issues later, can we perhaps try and avoid proposals right at the start? Can we have suggestions at the start and then discussion leading to a proposal towards the end of the discussion rather than from the beginning? That would be the correct way to proceed. Thank you. And a reminder that according to our standing orders, each councillor should speak only once on a particular subject. We can be a little bit flexible on that, but as a general rule, I think it might make for better discussions. I also went to a civic reception at Swaffham with a fish and chips supper. I think it must be their equivalent to Mayor's at Home, just under a different name, but a very good evening last Friday. I don't have anything else to report other than, thank you, the Park Lane Notice Board update. This was a donation by Graham Addison with the construction by Nick Haynes of Artisan Wood, installed by Councillor Jordan as DA Jordan Groundworks. So thank you very much to all concerned. Oh, and NS Paving, I'm told. Thank you. Councillor Levers.
Could I ask that Mr Addison gets a letter, because everybody likes to have a letter of thanks? I don't know if that's being considered, but otherwise, could it be considered, please?
That sounds like an excellent suggestion. Thank you. Any other comments or questions before we move on? Item 5, to approve the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 4th of March 2025. Do we have a proposer?
Councillor Damon?
Councillor Damon, can I just remind you about the microphone?
I propose that we accept the minutes of the meeting held on the 5th of March as per recorded.
Thank you very much. And seconded?
Councillor Lane?
Oh, Councillor Lang. Sorry. Are we all in favour?
Can I ask a question before you pass the resolution, please?
Yes, Councillor
Regarding
Baird.
this matter, you can give me a rollicking if you like. A resolution shall not be reversed within 6 months except either by a special motion which requires written notice by at least 5 councillors to be given to the proper officer in accordance with Standing Orders 9, or by a motion moved in the presence of the recommendation of the committee or subcommittee, which no longer exists. When a motion moved to Standing Orders 7A has been disposed of, no similar motion may be moved for a further 6 months. 9. A motion for the meeting that requires a written notice. No motion may be moved at the meeting unless it is on the agenda and the mover has given written notice of its wording to the proper officer at least 7 clear days before the meeting. And that means I cannot accept these minutes.
My feeling on this is that we did rescind an item and we did vote to take it forward. I don't think we broke with any procedure. And I'm sure the clerk will be happy to confirm that.
Yeah, I mean, I will apologise that it wasn't a written proposal. What I will say is that there is a lot of council that is very flexible with the rules on standing orders, and we allow that to allow for a productive and efficient meeting. And on this occasion, 6 councillors actually said that they wanted to reverse it, and I made it very clear what the risks were with reversing it, and 6 people still wish to go with it, which is why in the minutes I wrote that councillors expressed a preference to live stream the second full council meeting each month. The town clerk advised that on the 4th of February, agenda item 19, the council voted not to live stream the meeting, and therefore the decision would need to be rescinded. Given there are only 7 councillors present, the town clerk did not separate the rescind vote and the new vote on the understanding that a minimum of 5 councillors had to agree the decision. And then obviously it was on there. But we could all pick apart the standing orders that aren't followed, such as a proposal and seconder is on the table, and it's now been got a question in the middle of it. So I apologise for not following it to the letter, but the actual motion behind it, I believe, hasn't done any damage to the council.
Thank you for clarifying that. Councillor Levers, did you have a comment to make?
Yes, I do. We need to stick to what is in the standing orders. What's the point of having them if we're not actually adhering to them?
The point is they're a very useful guide. We can have a little bit of flexibility. There needs to be a little bit of give and take. You can't stick rigidly to the rules all the time.
I'm at a disadvantage, Mr Mayor, because when I came to this meeting, the minutes hadn't been on where I could see them.
Okay, that point can be noted. So we have a proposer, we have a seconder. Are we all in favour of approving the minutes of the full council meeting held on the 4th of March 2025?
Yep.
Thank you. And those against?
I'd just say you can't really be against accepting them if you weren't there, because you're saying that they're not a true and accurate record of what happened. You can abstain, but I'd question whether you could be against them.
Is
Because otherwise this
everybody
vote
aware
will
of
fail
this?
and then you haven't got a set of minutes of a meeting that happened. But you've got every right to go against, but you've now got a set of minutes by the look of what hands just went up that can't be accepted.
I think it's a fair comment that if you are not there, you should not be voting against. But by all means abstain if you feel you need to. Councillor Julie Pyatt.
Yeah, Mr Mayor, if I may, I haven't seen the minutes. When I looked on the website before I came to the meeting, they still weren't there, so I haven't seen them, so I can't agree them.
I understand
They have been
that.
on the website. I will question
They're not.
why councillors aren't coming and saying that something is missing. Because then we could have rectified it. But yeah, they can go against, they can abstain. Obviously, I can't say what you would do, but you will then have a set of minutes. Otherwise, that if they vote against and not, you haven't got a set of minutes for the meeting.
I think it's important that we do have a set of minutes for the meeting, and I believe that you would have had to be there to actually refuse the minutes, which I believe are an accurate record. I think I understand if people were not there and need to abstain, that's fine. But to not be there and then vote against, I think is really not playing the games it should be played. And I will not accept your refusal.
You can't legally do that, just to say that. But of the 7 people that are present, 1 has given apologies. The 6 that were present have all accepted the minutes. So that can be noted down if everybody else is against.
We will record that those who were present have accepted.
Is anybody
The minutes.
abstaining, just to confirm?
Can I abstain under the grounds that I was ill on that day, please? Thank you.
Councillor Lewis? And everybody else is against it. That will allow that to pass.
Okay, so the minutes are approved. Item 6, to accept and adopt the minutes for the following committees. Community engagement. Councillor Levers.
I would ask that full council accept the recommendations within the Community Engagement Committee minutes of the date of the 28th of January 2025. Thank you.
Do you have a seconder?
Councillor Buxton?
Thank you. And are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you. Item 7, to agree finance matters for the Mayor's signature. 7.1, bank reconciliation, February 2025.
It was circulated on the 10th of March.
Ah, there we are. Circulated 10th of March. I propose we accept this bank reconciliation. Do we have a seconder?
Councillor Dixon?
Councillor Dixon, yes. All in favour?
That's all, thank you.
And 7.2, governance sampling with Councillor Brewer and
Councillor Perkin.
Councillor Perkin.
Do you want to let Councillor Perkin speak?
Councillor Perkin, do you want to propose?
All present and correct.
Thank you very much. And do we have a seconder? Do we need a...
Yep.
We need a seconder.
Councillor Julie Pyatt.
Thank you. All in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you. 7.3, bills for payment. Do we have a proposer?
So that is payment 916 to 1012, sent out on the 13th of March.
Councillor Damon? Thank you. And a seconder, Councillor Lane. All in favour?
It's just Councillor Jordan not voting.
With
Thank
one
you.
abstention, yes, thank you. 7.4, the receipts list.
This was sent out on the 13th of March and is receipt 796 to 932.
I propose we accept the receipts list. Do we have a seconder?
Oh, Councillor Dixon.
Councillor Dixon, yes. Are we all in favour?
No, it's just Councillor Lane not voting, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. 7.5, actual versus budget.
Again, this was sent out. There was a couple of queries from Councillor Levers, which I answered. Has anyone else got any other questions regarding it? If not, could I ask for a proposal to accept it, please?
Can we have a proposer? Councillor Lane. And a seconder?
Councillor Wiles.
Councillor Wiles. Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
That's all. Thank you. 7.6, the asset list.
So this is a disposal of a hot water flask which was no longer holding heat, 000861. I just need a proposal to accept that coming off the asset list, please.
Yes, Councillor Levers and Councillor Lewis seconding. Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you. 7.7 is the bank mandate update.
Just to confirm to Council that, as you know from the internal audit, he's requesting that it's one input with two authorisation. We're training 3 councillors on this on the 27th of March, so Councillor Buxton, Councillor Lane and Councillor Wiles, so that we can have this in motion, and then we'll work through the other list after.
I propose we accept that update. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Wiles. Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
That's good, thank you. Item 8, to discuss and agree council response to applications received from the Borough Council.
If you don't mind, Mr Mayor, I'll hand over to the Deputy Clerk.
Thank you.
Good evening. We'll take them as they come. So 8.1, two-storey extension and alterations to existing two-storey dwelling at 33B Lynn Road, Downham Market. Has anybody any comments or anything they wanted to say about that?
Sorry, the self-build is on a lane, not on a road, and that lane...
No, we're doing the first one.
You're on the
Val.
wrong one.
Oh, sorry. I am. Sorry, I'm way ahead of myself.
You jumped ahead. Oh, you're all right. This is 33B Lynn Road. Anything anyone wants? Yeah, Councillor Dixon.
I propose that we approve the application.
We do have to give reasons why we approve things as well. So,
I don't believe it's in any different to any other houses that can extend in the same area. There's multiple other houses in Linwood which have been extended, the front, the back, change the design. As if somebody wants to extend the property, make it better. I don't see any reason why not to do it.
No. So we're saying there's a precedent for this kind of extension and there's no reason to turn it down. Thank you.
Got a second?
Councillor Damon,
I propose that we accept this.
is your microphone turned on?
Yes, it is.
Oh, thank you.
It's got a little red light on it.
Right. Can't see the red light from here.
Yeah, well, it's there.
And there. Anyway, I propose that we accept this. It doesn't seem to be any interjection from this development into the properties adjacent to it, and it doesn't seem to have overdeveloped the land that it sits on. So I say we approve this one.
Councillor Damon, does it all right if Councillor Dixon proposes a new second?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you.
Are we all in favour?
Councillor Pyatt?
I haven't seen them, so I can't question.
Okay. One abstention, thank you.
Councillor Julie Pyatt, are you?
Oh, sorry.
You're
Sorry, thank
abstaining
you.
as well. Is everybody else in favour?
Oh, Councillor Buxton? You're in favour, yeah?
In favour.
Yeah.
Lovely. We'll go on then to the proposed covered porch at Hamilton House, Denver Hill. Has anybody any comments they wish to make on that one? Councillor Damon?
I propose that we accept this as it's not a major development. It's an addition to the existing property and encourages people to have a bit of security. I approve it.
Councillor Lewis is seconding.
Yeah. All in favour?
Councillor Pyatt? Just one abstention, yeah. Thank you.
Then we come on to the erection of 26 dwellings, use class C3 at land south of Railway Road, Downham Market. This is an application that's come before council before, and we recommended refusal previously for all sorts of reasons, including the danger of flooding, the density of the housing, all sorts of different reasons. Anybody got any comments they want to make on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was refused for what I believe were the correct reasons last time. I don't see any change there at all, and I think it should be rejected again.
I'll just say that the tree, I'll just say man, that's easier. He's not supporting the proposal in its current form, and the crime prevention officer, he says that there would have to be changes in the road surface and that 4 homes are windowless to public areas, not recommended as well.
Councillor Buxton.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. There's a slight reduction in the houses, but I don't think it makes any difference. The reasons still stand. And I've completely lost my train of thought on what I was saying. I was going to say something else. The comments on the planning portal, not one is in favour, and I believe there are over 200, certainly from the start of the planning. process. So I believe we should do exactly what Councillor Wiles did and propose that we reject it again.
Councillor Damon?
I also say that they're interfering with the Willows Nature Reserve boundaries and actually felling trees in the actual nature reserve for the satisfaction of their development. So I'm against it as well, for that reason as well.
Oh, yeah, we've turned this down a couple of times before. They've altered a few things that are purely cosmetic. It still doesn't draw away from the fact that this is going to be built next to a nature reserve. And after the development, the nature reserve will be destroyed. So we're going to completely turn it down time and time again.
Thank you.
Nature conservation. Thank you.
Do we have any further comments before we vote on this one? And do we have a proposal? Councillor Damon proposes, Councillor Wiles seconds. Are we all in favour of rejecting?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, going on to the next one then. This is a pitched roof to replace the existing flat roof on garage at 30 Beach Road, Downham Market. Any comments on this one?
Again, there's nothing controversial about it. It's just replacing a roof with another roof. Don't see any problem.
So you're happy to accept that? Do you want to propose it?
I'll propose it, yeah.
Councillor Dixon, are you seconding? Are we all in favour?
Councillor Pyatt? Just one abstention, thank you.
Okay. This next one seems to keep coming back. Last time we had the conservation application. This is the advertisement application. It's for exactly the same thing. I can't really see any reason that we would turn it down. So unless anybody's got any other comments they wish to make. Proposing it? Yeah.
Proposed by Councillor Levers, seconded by Councillor Wiles. Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Councillor Pyatt, are you abstaining on this one or
No,
supporting?
he put his hand up.
You did? Oh, sorry, okay. Thank you.
And the last one is a self-build, a two-storey dwelling at land west of 25 Brickfields Lane. Anybody got any comments on this one?
I'll get the right one now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've been down there tonight, coming back from the railway station, and it's obviously well, I know the house next door was built not that long ago, and they're using their garden again for a self-build. And as I said, it's on the lane. It's not a road, therefore it's not traffic will be bad down there because it's leading to the Willows Reserve, so it's used by cyclists, walkers, and children play down there. So I don't think we should approve it.
Do we have any further thoughts or comments? Councillor Miles.
Yeah, I also had a look today. I understand why people are protesting against it, and I must say I agree with them.
Thank you. Councillor Lewis?
Yeah, having looked at the drawing, to me the house doesn't impact on the lane. It's just going to be construction traffic that's going to impact on the lane for a start. So that's where I sort of sit on it, having looked at the drawings. I haven't been down there, but looking at the drawings and what have you, I couldn't really see too much wrong with the building and what they're proposing. It is obviously just the lane through traffic, sheer volume of traffic as the construction phase goes on, that will end up causing a problem down there. That's how I see it.
Thank you. Do we have any other comments or observations before we move on to a vote? Do we have a proposal, I should say?
Well, the proposal I have is to turn it down, to vote against.
Councillor Leach is seconding that. Are we all in favour of that recommended refusal?
Councillor Jordan?
No, I'm against it. I can't think of issue.
And Councillor Lewis against? So 2 against, thank you.
Sorry, who was the seconder for that?
Councillor Leach.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so moving on to item 9, to update councillors on events, agree actions and confirm councillor attendance. See, item 9.1 was the evening with Colin Bell.
So, as you've seen, we've already had a compliment regarding that, and we've had lots of verbal compliments made directly to the Mayor on the evening, which is very positive. I'm pleased to say that the recording has now been received after edit. I have forwarded it to yourselves, and it will go live on the YouTube tomorrow for all to see.
Thank you for that. 9.2, St Winald's on the 21st of March.
Yes, I'll just update you with progress on this one. As we all know, it's happening this Friday. We step off on the parade from Discover Downham at 9:30. We've got approximately 85 people attending. We've got the usual horses, including the ones from the Magpie Centre this year, which is lovely, and the mini donkeys, so that will be quite nice. We've got the deputy lieutenant coming, and various other dignitaries from surrounding towns. Discover Downham have volunteered to host the step-off, if you like, so if people want to turn up from about 9 o'clock, there'll be teas and coffees, and I believe someone's making some sausage rolls, to be available, and then we'll all line up under the instruction of the town crier, as usual. Got a new route, obviously, because it's starting from Discover Downham. We're going down Priory Road and then up Bridge Street to the Town Hall for the usual blessing on the steps of the Town Hall. This year, we've had a lot of poetry written by pupils from Hillcrest School, and we'll be doing a small display of those, and we've also bound them in a book. There were that many of them, and they're really quite entertaining to read, so I would recommend, if you're coming, have a read of those. And we've also got 3 poetry readings that we're going to do on the steps outside. Jonathan Toy is coming again to read his poem, and we've had 2 new ones written this year by some volunteers from the community, and they're also going to be reading theirs. Okay, thank you.
And moving on to 9.3, Music Bingo, 22nd of March, in conjunction with JR Light and Sound.
So again, another event that's happening this week on Saturday. This is, as it says, a music bingo. Very different to the average bingo with numbers. This is it's a fun environment based on work out what music it is it on your card? So you've got to have a round knowledge of music, but it's not difficult, so I'm told. I'll report back on that after I've played the game. The early bird tickets are £12 until Thursday night, and then it will be £15 on the door. So those that are planning to come, I'd recommend you get your tickets online. That includes the booking fees. I know previously there were concerns that it was adding booking fees, but this one includes the fees.
Thank you for that. And 9.4, the Mayor's at Home on the 5th of April.
Yes, this is has been organised. We've got the catering organised and the entertainment. All the invitations went out a little while ago, and we've had replies from 60 people who have accepted so far. We expect some more in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much. There will be a third and final open mic night on the 25th of April. Pretty much on the same format as the second one, starting at 7 o'clock, and that's a Friday night, as before. And we're hoping to attract local talent in terms of musicians, poets, comedians. The last one was very well attended, and was a fun evening that overran at the end. And I hope we'll repeat that on the 25th of April. There is a community fair on the 26th of April, item 9.6.
Yes, we've had, so far we've got 10 organisations who've requested a stall. I'm hoping that there will be some more. We keep putting the advert out there. It would be nice if we got a few more stalls.
And 9.7, VE Day, the 80th anniversary beacon lighting on the 8th of May.
Yep, this is well advanced as well. All the bookings have been done, so the plan will be much like we did the D-Day event last year. We'll be lighting the beacon. There'll be shared celebration cake for everyone. The choir that performed last time have said they would like to perform again, so we've organised that. And we're hopeful that Father Mather will be there to do the usual blessing. The town crier will also be there to read the proclamation.
Item 9.8 is a Sunday food local producers market for the 22nd of June in conjunction with Mabel's.
Yes, so Community Engagement Committee decided that they would like to put on a Sunday food market of some description. Soon after, Mabel's approached us and said that they would like to do something similar. So I canvassed ideas from Community Engagement Committee members, and they said, yes, go ahead. And we have been working together with Mabel's to put something on the 22nd of June, and that will be going ahead. The people that Mabel's have approached have asked for additional dates, and I did circulate something late this afternoon, because that's when I received it. Some of you may or may not have been able to read it. But it is a proposal for Mabel's to run 2 further dates, but without our involvement. Because they're Sundays, and we already have overcommitted on Sundays, we just haven't got the staff that could support that. And Mabel's are very confident and happy to run that themselves, as long as we can give use of the market square. And I believe there's an additional item that we're going to discuss that in a minute. Yeah, that was it for that one. Thank you.
And Heritage Open Day, 21st of September 2025.
Yeah, this is a joint venture with Discover Downham. What they're planning is quite amazing. It's going to stretch across the whole town and includes hopefully opening some buildings of architectural interest. If not, there will be signage up outside the properties if the residents or the people that own them don't want people marching through, which you can understand. There will be various heritage-based entertainments from vintage vehicles and farm machinery, an art exhibition, historic photographic exhibition. We're going to have heritage craft demonstrations here in the town hall. There'll be people that do weaving and woodworking and all those sorts of traditional crafts. And it's mainly a demonstration. They will be selling things, but the idea is for them to demonstrate the craft. There'll be vintage bus rides around the town, hopefully picking up and dropping off people at the various places of interest, so there won't be a need for people to walk miles. There'll be a children's trail quiz to involve the children, and hopefully there'll be some music as well. I would say Discover Downham are working terrifically hard on this. They really have pulled out all the stops. And some of you may have seen an article in the Lynn News last week, just outlining the day. So that's the first of the publicity for that day. So yeah, put it in your diaries. It's going to be a good one.
Thank you. And moving on to item 10, to receive a request from Mabel's to rent the Town Hall car park for local producers market, and agree a response.
Yeah, as I just mentioned, they have put a proposal together. I've looked at it, and I must admit I've been very impressed with the things that they've covered in that proposal. I've also been working with them on things like risk assessments and all the rest of it. And I would be very confident that they could run it in the way that the council would like. It is obviously for you to discuss and decide whether you would offer the space on the Market Square on a Sunday for them to enable them to do that.
Councillor Damon.
How many are they proposing to hold?
Just another 2. I've got the dates on there.
27th of July and 24th of August. The only comment I made on it was I would suggest that public liability insurance is 5 million rather than 1 million, which is our requirement on the market.
Councillor Levers.
I was just about to say that I agree with absolutely that we should support them, but I believe their public liability is actually 2 million, Clark.
In this proposal, it says that
1 million, she told, sure they told me 2 million.
it says they approve for public liability insurance 1 million minimum. Not
Yeah, I
2.
think they got 2 million.
I think that
They
might
might-
be the stall
I'm going
holders.
to say
that
that's the
might
stall
be.
holders.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, well, I was going to say the actual Mabel, they have 2 million.
Yeah, we would obviously need to just make sure that
Clarify
that's sufficient. Yeah.
But I think we should truly support this. We're always saying there's not enough events in Downham Market. A lot of public say it, and we should go for it and support them, all of them.
Thank you. And I would say I personally fully agree with that we should support community events like this, which are brought about by people in the community, not started and run necessarily by the council, but supported and encouraged by the council in any way that we can. It sounds like a very good idea and a very good thing for the town. So,
Do you intend to request any payment, donation, however you want to word it, for the space out there, considering we do ask for payment for use on the town square?
do we have any comments on whether we should charge for the use of the square and how much that should be? Councillor Davis.
I'm sorry, this is a business looking for more business, isn't it? That's what it's about. So therefore, there's no reason why they shouldn't donate a sum of money to the council's coffers.
Yes, I can see there are 2 ways of looking at it. 1, it's a very good community event, and 2, it is being run by a business for their benefit.
Well, it's
And
a farmers
also for
market which would benefit all those attending, so it doesn't say anywhere in here whether Mabels are receiving any payment themselves for running this. They're inviting local producers, farmers, etc., to put on an event that would bring in money into the local community on a Sunday, is the way that it says. Support local farmers, artisans and small business. The market would provide a platform for selling fresh, locally sourced produce, handcrafted goods and promoting sustainability, economic growth and community engagement. So it's not just a market for Mabel's goods.
My next comment is then the people that operate in the market on Fridays and Saturdays have to pay a rent. They are supporting Downham Market people by running a market.
Can we also add to that new people coming onto the market are encouraged with, is there a
8
free,
weeks for £20 for a 3 metre square.
there is an encouragement for them to come and start up on the market. I would suggest we encourage this Sunday market, perhaps by making the first one free.
That's right, but the
We're
other
already
two,
doing the first one free
We are
because
doing
that's
the
in
first one
conjunction
free.
with us.
and
What
I
do we
believe
think
there
about
should
the-
be, we could ask them for a donation for the second and third. I don't see anything wrong with that. Our market traders have to pay.
To be fair, the first one, because we're doing it jointly, we are charging for the pitches, much like we do for the Christmas lights. So not very much, but a charge nonetheless. And my discussions with Lucy and Dan, they're very much not looking to make a profit from these. They're looking to facilitate the market, get more footfall in town on a Sunday.
Councillor Dixon, sorry, you were...
Can we inquire from Mabel's if Mabel's are charging the other stall holders who are coming? So are Mabel's intending to charge a fee to the stall holders? Because if they are, yeah, then I think it'd be right that we should then get something from Mabel's.
My belief is that they will charge probably the same as we will do for the 22nd of June. I think it's about £12, I think, off the top of my head.
And then my other point is that you should, if possible, to get the thing off and running, do that at the lowest cost possible price. The last fee that is free, but at the lowest possible price. Because anything that brings them into the market, into the town centre on Sundays, it's going to add value to other businesses who might be open at the same time. And finally, what is the intended hours that this will be running?
10 till 3 is what's in the proposal.
Do we have any other comments or input on this? Councillor Julie Pyatt.
Yeah, I definitely think there should be a charge, and like the Deputy Clerk says, there's a charge to the people at Christmas. You know, even that's nominal. It's not as much as the stall holders pay on a Friday and Saturday, but I suppose the problem is you won't know in advance how many stalls there are going to be,
No.
but obviously Mabel's then will have to pay retrospectively. But I definitely think the Town Council should make a charge.
Councillor Levers.
If we are going to make a charge, which I can understand what's coming out, it has to be a nominal, because we need to encourage these events. But we need to find out perhaps a little bit more. How many stalls they're going to have? Or
They're between 20 and 30, depending on the capacity that we can get them arranged on the marketplace.
Could we suggest 100 then, or something like that?
Do we have any other thoughts on whether we should charge and how much we should charge? Councillor Dixon.
Can I suggest that we just go with what's being proposed and that we agree that Mabel's can do it, and we can come back and discuss whether we should charge at another date? Because if not, we might just spend the evening talking here, because until we know exactly how many people are going to come and etc., we're just guessing. So the proposal was, are we going to allow them to have the event? I think we should deal with that matter and then deal with whether or not we should charge a fee, maybe another meeting.
I would say that's very difficult for any business to run on when they don't know what they're looking at cost-wise, because obviously they're saying that they need musicians. I'm saying that I think they need a minimum of 5 million public liability, so that will mean they'll have a cost there. They won't want to take that cost on without knowing whether there's a cost involved from our side. Would be my suggestion from talking on other bases where we've rented out land.
The business, of course, will not want to lose money on this, and I think we should encourage them.
And this isn't being staffed, remember. This is purely the land. We're not doing any lugging. We're not on call for it. This is purely hire of the land.
So the costs to the council would be minimal. And it's a community event that could go on to bigger and better things. Do we want to just encourage them by not making a charge and just allowing them to go ahead with it? Councillor Wiles.
I'd let them have the first go free. Let them have the first go free, see how it goes. If it's really prosperous, then they can afford a few quid, can't they?
Thank you. Is that a proposal?
Yeah, I'll propose that.
So is that the one for the 27th of July?
If that's the first one, yes.
Because the 22nd of June we're doing in conjunction with them, so that one is free.
So they're not being charged for that because we're doing it as a joint effort. So that it'd be the second and third ones, they would run on their own.
I'll second it.
What are we proposing? Because we
Go on.
know that the first one is free. Do we not review the second and third ones based on how successful the first one
I
is?
didn't realise the first one was going to be free in conjunction. See how that goes.
Yeah, that's fair.
See how that goes.
No.
And,
So bring back the proposal after the 22nd of June so that they can decide whether they organise the event on the 27th of July. I think that's quite tight timing, that's all.
And
I know how difficult it is running our market. Apologies.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And also the producers are trying to plan their summer. So if they know they've got markets on those days, they obviously work around that.
Yeah.
So that's another additional problem of not making a decision sort of soon.
Councillor Levers, did you have another
I
thought
did.
on this?
Let's just make a decision tonight and get it so that exactly what Tina said. They need to know, the producers. They're booked up right through the summer, so we need to make that decision. And I thought Councillor Wiles was on about the first one, which the clerk said July be free. And maybe if, you know.
So
It's a difficult
the
one,
first
really.
joint venture will be free. The second, which is their first on their own, would also be free. Is this what we're saying? And would there be a charge for the third one?
Yeah.
Sorry, Councillor Damon?
Depends on the effects that happen on the second one as to whether it's free or not, doesn't it?
I totally understand what you're getting at. You want to see whether it's a positive.
We're giving them a free one to start with, to see how it goes. Is that not
yeah,
correct?
I'm just thinking from the point of the people they're trying to book, they won't be able to wait until the 27th of July to decide whether we're booking for the 24th of August. They will have booked elsewhere. That's why they need to know so early.
Why can't we charge £10 a stall and be done with?
If that's what council want, yeah.
I think we should, and I'll propose that we charge £10 a stall and see how it goes. They'll be serious or not serious.
That would be for the second and third market that are not free. Councillor Levers.
If the clerk has said that they got to have higher public liability, I've been doing some looking at that, and that will be twice what they're paying now. So they've got to take that so whether they would even go ahead with the events is another matter. If we do this to them, I think we should definitely let them have the second one free as well, and possibly £100 for the third one, something like that.
Let's not forget the benefit to the community of having a Sunday market.
We're here for the community. We should let them run it.
And they are a business, and if they can make some profit from it, then that's up to them. But we've made the market available, and if we make the town square available for that Sunday market, I think we're encouraging something which will be of a huge benefit to the community, and possibly to the other business owners in the town.
Just one thought, if we allow the first one to be free, that would give them an indication of what's going to happen. I mean, they might not get as many as they expect, they might get more than what they expect, but to be fair to them as a business, what you're saying to them is, here you are, try it out, see how it goes, then they can discuss it afterwards, can't they?
Yes, and of course the business will be taking a risk.
Yes.
We've got no layout with staff either, have we? So
Not for those two, no, that would be run completely by them.
yeah.
Are we proposing that? Sorry, can I just clarify your proposal before we vote on it?
I'm proposing number 2 free.
As well as number
We
one.
were doing the first one free
July.
with them anyway, aren't we? With
Yeah.
in conjunction with them.
Yeah.
Let them have the second one free. See how it goes.
And what about the 24th of August?
There is only a month or so.
You
Then
can give them nominal charge on the third one.
Are you happy with the £100 that's suggested, or would you rather do a per stall rate?
I think it's fair per stall.
Can I ask how much the Drink
Councillor
on the town square pays to us per month or year.
£100 a week, £400 a month
So they're paying just for putting stalls out, 4 or 5 stalls.
for their tables,
Seats
yes.
and tables.
Yes.
Now, if we let this organisation on the town square, what's going to happen to them as existing tenants?
Just to confirm, this is actually in the town hall car park. So it's not in the same space that's already being used by the pantry.
Sorry, we were just clarifying the proposal. So the proposal is for a one-off £100, or is it for a £10 per stall?
You did propose it again. Then you propose it again.
Yeah. Councillor Wiles.
Okay. In conjunction free, second one free, third one £10 per stall.
Do we have a seconder for that proposal? Councillor Dixon. Are we all in favour of that?
Okay, Councillor Lane?
Are you in favour?
No.
Against or abstain? Against. Councillor Charlie Pyatt? Yep, sorry. Councillor Lewis, you're not voting, are you? Councillor Leach, you're not voting, and Councillor Esmoy isn't voting. So I've got 2 against, Councillor Pyatt and Councillor C. Pyatt and Councillor Lane, and then obviously the 3 that aren't voting, everybody else is in favour, yes? Thank you.
Sorry? No?
Sorry.
So, yeah.
Joe Pyatt against, and Councillor Jordan against. So lovely, it's 4 against.
4 against.
Thank you.
And moving on to item 11, to discuss suggestions for a memorial to Councillor John Doyle and agree next steps.
This was requested by Councillor Levers.
Requested by Councillor Levers, sorry. What did you have in mind?
The clerk has sent us a lovely boat, but I did look up completely on the internet, and it is quite expensive, and it doesn't include the stand, and it doesn't include the porthole and the anchor.
Yeah, you've got a budget of £1,000, so it depends what you want to spend that £1,000 on, really.
£1,056 and £36 for the porthole.
Yeah, I
Councillor
mean,
Jordan.
it depended where you went. The first mate play boat was 880 plus VAT, so that was within it. It depended how far you wanted to go with it, really. As you say, the porthole is £30, but you could go for the full set, which includes the sandpit, and then that goes over budget. So it just depended what you wanted.
Councillor Jordan.
You say we have a budget of £1,000. Well, I think for what John done for this town and being a 4-time mayor, I think surely we could pay the extra little bit out of reserves and buy it and have it as a memorial for him. So
I'm only quoting what you all budgeted.
Yeah,
it was in budget. So
fair enough, we budgeted that, but I think, let's say, for what he did to this town,
It sounds like councillor minded to
you know,
see
it's
the
not going to break the bank, is
see
it?
the £1,000 as a guide and to slightly go over.
I'd propose that we take the remainder out of reserves and we buy it with everything, whatever.
Councillor Damon.
Can I ask what the guarantee is of its life?
25 years.
Thank you. I'm sorry to ask that, but we're talking about a period of time for a device that looks wood and damageable to me. Sorry.
it says it's manufactured from 100% recycled plastic, will never rot, crack or spin, to easy to clean and maintenance free, no service treatment or staining required, strong, durable and wear resistant.
Where is it going to be sited?
Sorry, Councillor Lewis wanted to speak.
Sorry.
That's partly what I was going to say.
Ah.
Obviously, where are we going to site it, which I think is down, again, the tree cemetery end of the JCC by the sound of it. What are we going to site it on as well? we're not just going to put it on grass and soil, because otherwise that'll end up being mud. We need to put some sort of one of these play surfaces down for it to go on. And can I propose that we sort that out as well within the price, and along with Councillor Jordan's proposal? We've got to do it properly. If we're going to do it, we're going to put it down properly with the right stuff. So if that means a little bit more money, I think it's worth it for Councillor Doyle.
Councillor Judy Pyatt.
The thing I'm concerned about is vandalism up there. How strong is this? Will it get wrecked? After what I've seen on the Howdale at the weekend, that is a worry. And also, obviously, you've got the skate park up there. It's always been damaged, and there are kids about that don't treat things as they should do.
I understand it will be made of durable recycled plastic. Is that reasonably vandal proof?
Depends if they burn it.
Nothing's vandal proof, is it?
But it is a valid concern. Do we have any further comments? Councillor Dixon. Ah, thank you. Do we have a proposal? Right.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councillor Levers. Are we clear of what the proposal is, that we may exceed the budget by a small amount?
You've got a full set boat trailer and sandpit, which is £1,660, plus the porthole, which is £30. Or you can go with the first mate play boat, which is £880, and then obviously have the porthole. Then you can have the trailer and benches added on, which is another £500. I mean, I would recommend you exclude the sandpit personally.
Yeah, I was just about to say that with the dumps down there. Yeah.
So with the sandpit excluded,
so it'd be 1380, 1410 plus that. And the base.
we have exceeded the
Oh,
budget.
plus the base. So obviously, I don't know what the cost is that.
And we would need to sort out a base, yes.
I don't think there's a price you can put on his service.
Yeah, I think.
That's, yeah.
Can we have a plaque?
Up to, and if we need more, then we'll have to ask. But that's excluding VAT, which is
Can we,
20%.
If,
Can we add to a budget of up to £1,800? And are we happy with the proposal that's been made and seconded?
could I just say something? If you sign up for emails, you'll get a 5% discount.
We already signed up to it because we've bought from it before.
Right. So we are signed up to emails and there will be a 5% discount. That's good to know.
Just have a plaque on it as well.
Right, we have a proposal, we have a seconder. Are we all in favour?
Yep.
That's all, thank
All
you.
in favour, thank you. Councillor Jordan.
Sorry, while we're on the subject of memorial, for John, is it possible to have something in the town hall here for him?
What we have?
Because I don't see that we'll ever have a mayor who's going to sit on it here 4 times. So
Perhaps this is an item
you
for
have
a
to keep
future
buttoning
agenda.
chuntering.
I mean, anything's possible, assuming we've got the money. We just need to know what you want.
Don't need money, not much money. We needed that beautiful photograph of him that was on his memorial service sheet. That was cool. That was really lovely. That's all we need, and a little plaque at a little sign or something at the bottom, or sign writing, just to say that he served this town 4 times. That's all we need. That won't cost much. I'm sure we can get one of the locals to frame it for us.
something we can look at.
Yeah, if you want to propose and second and vote, we can sort that out.
Yes, okay.
A second?
Seconder?
Dan, yeah, I'll second.
Yeah.
Are we all in favour of that? Thank you.
That's all, thank you.
Moving on to item 12, to discuss property inspections and decide actions required.
So there was a few items that just said for council to consider. There's the COVID sign at the rear of the town hall. I didn't know whether council had an idea for it or whether we just dispose of it. Obviously it's been sitting there for a couple of years now. Just to update you that the flag is wrapped around the flagpole, and we're going to invest in some cleats to tighten the rope. It's the second time it's done it in the last 6 months, so that should fix that problem. Obviously, I raised the issue of the historic feature on the corner of the town hall, which is fading away from whether council wish anything to be done on that. To confirm that the clock room damage that was done, obviously not with intent, by a hirer, we've recovered the costs for the paint, so that will be the work will be starting on that shortly. Obviously, I've also mentioned that the curb is breaking up at the JCC and then is unlevel around the edges of the car park area. And then you've got crack signage on the skate park signage, whether council want any of works done or just leave it be.
Presumably this would come from the property budget.
Yeah, yes. Or, well, whichever budget, dependent on the location of it.
So do we go ahead with getting estimates for all of this work and then vote on it at the next?
If that's what council are minded to do.
I propose that we do that. We get estimates for all these items of work and vote on going ahead or not at the next council meeting.
Maybe not next one, in the future.
In the future, not necessarily the next council meeting. Councillor Lewis.
Can I just ask, what's the plan with the curbs up at the JCC? Because they've been that way for about the last 40 years, I believe. So what are we going to dig them up, or what is the plan to do with them?
That's what I'm asking for direction.
Ah, right. Do we have suggestions about the curbs at the JCC?
Are we talking about the first piece where between the roadway and what used to be the old five-a-side football pitch car park?
Yes,
are we on
that's
about
one
that
of them.
piece?
Yep, that bit.
Well,
and then
I propose that you get 3 quotes to get that dug out, resurfaced with tarmac to get rid of that piece there.
Mm-hmm.
With regards to the curbs, that's going to be a case of dig them out and then relaying them, as far as I'm aware.
Is that part of your proposal?
It can be, yes. If you,
to get 3 quotes and get the work done?
Yeah. At the end of
Do
the
we
day,
have a seconder for that proposal?
Councillor Levers?
Are we all in favour?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 13 is to discuss renewal of the safeguarding policy and the environment policy. So item 13.1, safeguarding policy. I would propose that we renew that policy. Do we have a seconder?
Are you happy for it for 3 years?
Oh, and are we happy with it for 3 years? Yep. Councillor Lane seconding. Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you. Now, in terms of the environment policy, it's not serving a purpose, as I can see, and I'd be inclined to suggest that we do not renew it because it clashes with other policies that we have. And it's not something we currently need. How do people feel about that? Yes, Councillor Buxton.
Can you be a bit more clearer as to what it clashes with? Are you talking about the biodiversity one or something else?
Can I refer to the clerk on this one?
Yeah, I mean, when we were talking earlier, we were mentioning about there's no solar power, there's no wind power, we're not going down the electric vehicle charging point. That sort of thing at the moment. I think it needs a full rework once you've decided on your business plan so that the council can drive it forward, because it depends what you're planning to do to the Jubilee Community Centre, because if you don't have any environmental aspects on it, then I question why you've got it. If you renew it as it is, you're going to have to do everything that's in that policy, unless you then obviously rescind it. So I would suggest you leave it until the council have decided where you wish to go for the future. And the Mayor has asked for the business plan to go on the agenda for April, so I would suggest not renewing it at the moment.
Okay, thank you for clearing that.
So I would propose that we do not renew the environment policy.
As it's not currently fit for purpose. Yeah.
As it's not currently fit for purpose. Thank you. Do we have a seconder? Councillor Damon?
Oh,
Councillor Wiles, was it? Are we all in favour?
Okay, so one abstention. Thank you.
Item 14 is to discuss a request to submit Anglia in Bloom virtual entries and agree actions. And I would refer to Councillor Lane.
Good evening, thank you. Thank you to the people of Downham for achieving gold in Downham in Bloom last year. Special mention for the office people, Claire in particular, but also Tina and Luke, who did tremendous work in doing the portfolio to help us get the gold. This year we're having a step back because we haven't got the office time for a start. But I would like to have some special awards done with the virtual entry. These cost £25 per entry. They're 10 pictures with 80 words per entry. A lot less office time, okay. The judges in 2024 like the Memorial Garden, the Sensory Garden, the mature trees, the large pampas grass that this year hadn't gone into flower like a lot of them had. This year we have replaced the diseased crabapple trees. The maintenance team, Chris, has done a good job planting 4 apple trees and 2 cherry trees. Chris and Justin has also made a large collage in the shape of a poppy. This was made using the pebbles decorated in the 2024 poppies by the schools and the forget-me-nots by the Dementia Cafe. The Jubilee Centre, last year it was like a virtual dream of what we would like to happen down there. This year we were able to show the visions of last year becoming into fruition with the replanting of the tyres with perennials and not bedding plants, which will also put the vegetables again in there. We've also had the car park and fencing in place with the trees that were planted to soften the hard edges. I would like to put a care home in as well. We have several contenders now in the town equal to last year's winner of the King's Lynn winner. All of these show our town off to the judges of East Anglia in Bloom. I would like to commend the cost of £75 to full council.
Thank you. Can I just ask, obviously you've already mentioned we don't have the office staff all the time to run this as it was run last year. Councillor Lane, are you happy to submit an 80-word project proposal which would need to go in on a memory stick to start the ball rolling on this one.
I do have people in horticulture who can help me.
Okay. Do we have other questions? Councillor Levers.
If I'm correct, this was done in 23. We didn't have we did virtual entries then, didn't we? Perhaps you weren't on the committee then, but I'm sure we did do virtual entries in 2023, didn't we?
We did a full judge in 23.
No, we didn't.
No, we
No,
did
last
last year.
year.
We did in 24 we did the full one, and the previous year I believe we did virtual entries.
Virtual entries, because Tina was on the was our clerk at that time, and we got silver gilt. I think it was Tina, wasn't it?
I think we did. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I suggest we do it again.
Councillor Buxton.
I think it's a great idea. I know that it was open to residents last year. I don't believe we got any bites. Are we looking to open it up for residents if they choose, or is it just the council land and what we're going to do in-house, as it were?
Sorry, what was the question?
Sorry. Basically, is there a plan to give residents the chance to do that in their own, or are we just focusing on the council
No, we're
side of it?
concentrating on these three areas, the Memorial Garden, the Jubilee Centre, and we'll have a look at the care homes and pick a care home to enter. Yeah, just the three entries. That's the £75, the £25 per entry.
Any further comments or questions? In that case, do we have a proposal?
Yes, I'm willing to propose it.
Sorry, yes. Councillor Sharman?
For 75 quid you can come and do my garden.
So, are you seconding Councillor Lane's proposal? Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we all in favour?
That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor.
Item 15 is to discuss the Town Hall fire door quotation with certification and agree actions. Now I understand.
Go on, sorry.
Sorry, did you want to?
I was just going to say that over the last 6 or so months, we've had a number of different people come in and look at our fire doors. And each time they come back and say, if it needs to be certified, we would recommend you went with Evolution. Obviously, we've got the quote from Evolution. I was quite shocked, but then I found out how much work goes into getting the certification, so it makes a bit more sense now. But to do the 3 sets of fire doors, they're quoting 9,100 plus VAT. Obviously, we have had fire doors done before, and the ones that we've been involved in have failed. They haven't been done properly. And also,
Councillor Lewis.
Councillor Levers was just asking. Go on then, ask her.
What's the guarantee on the work? If we've had problems before, what's the guarantee?
I'm not sure that I've got all of those details. I've just had a basic quote at the moment.
This is from a recommended supplier.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's important that it is certified, and that's the expensive part of it. Councillor Damon.
I'm sorry. If we don't have certified doors, how does that affect our insurance?
Exactly.
Do we know?
I mean, it would go down in our risk assessment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd be putting down.
I mean, it's just stated that the 3 doors we got at the moment are not certified.
Yeah, I mean, they were raised
so
in.
how much a year are we paying to the insurance company to cover us for that defect?
Well, the insurance covers the whole building, doesn't it? And it's based on if we were to have a fire, they would then look at all my documents and my risk assessments. And at the moment, we have high-risk doors because they were picked up by the fire risk assessment in December. So my recommendation to council is to have certified doors.
The thing about insurance is you hope you never need it.
I'm hoping that because we get them certified, the insurance goes down a little bit. Is that too much to expect?
It isn't something, we don't tick a box on the insurance when we go through the 20 odd pages. It doesn't ask whether our fire doors are certified or not. But if there was a fire, I bet they'll ask whether we've had them certified once there's a fire. I hope there isn't.
Yes. Councillor Moises.
Are we having 3 quotes for companies what make certified fire doors?
I've been attempting, and this is the problem, they all keep going back to Evolution as the recommended firm.
So on the internet throughout the country, there's no other.
I'm not saying outside of the area, but obviously
Yeah.
in this local area, which is where I've been looking,
Yeah.
they all recommend going back to Evolution.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking across England and that there'll be other companies as well to get comparable pricing.
Yeah, I mean, I can go out. Obviously, that will come at a cost with them travelling overnight and staying to install, etc. But yes, I can go back, and if I can find something cheaper, then obviously we can go that way.
Yeah.
But as I say, the value is under the tender value, and you have to attempt to get 3 quotes, and I've attempted to get 3 quotes. So I'm comfortable that legislative we're okay, but I can carry on searching, yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you can get another couple of quotes, no matter where in the country, providing they provide a certified door, and if it's cheaper, then it will obviously save the coffers for the air pocket.
Thank you. And Councillor Lewis.
So we've had 4 local carpenters all recommend a company from Downham Market to produce these doors. I'd propose that we go for it because they're local. We've got no travelling time. We're supporting a business in town, which we keep saying we're doing. So we've got 4 local carpenters that are doing it. I know Evolution are just down the road, so I propose that we go for it.
Just before we firm up on a proposal, can we hear the other comments, please? Who was next? Councillor Wiles.
Well, they've got to be done. You don't mess about with insurance companies, or they'll just walk away from you. So they must be up to a standard and kept to a standard.
Councillor Dixon.
So you're right, you really will struggle to get companies who will do what they do. Evolution, I've got a contract to do virtually 85% of the schools in England. They do all the fire doors, they do all the work for British Sugar, they do all the fire assessments, all the fire break doors at British Sugar. They're one of the few companies who will give you the certification behind it. They manufacture the doors themselves. Yeah, so there are loads of companies who will sell you a door and they'll claim it's a fire door. There's very few companies who will sell you a fire door and give you a certificate that guarantees the time it says, wherever it says. I think yours was 60 minutes.
I've asked for.
So the 60-minute break doors, there's very few companies who'll do it. And your biggest issue is, I think, is the double doors.
Double doors out here.
Yeah, so they're the problem. A single door, most companies, you'll get many companies who will do the single door, they won't do them. There's very few. So I'm with Councillor Lewis. They're a local business. Yeah, I know it's expensive. I looked at that and went, I think I'll go online and see if I can buy the doors and get them done myself.
It is expensive.
Yeah.
Safety comes at a cost. Are we happy to go ahead with the proposal as it stands?
Dave wanted to. Dave?
Councillor Sharman.
Councillor Sharman, sorry.
You said doors, what, like half hour, 1 hour, 2 hours?
60-minute doors, 1 hour.
1 hour?
Yeah.
Right, and that includes what? Because I mean...
So 2 double doors.
All the sealant to go around the edges
Yeah.
of the doors, you've got the push bars and everything. That includes all...
The only thing that I've said to keep is the actual big handles. That's the only thing I've said to keep. So it includes hinges, everything.
And the sealant and all that round, when the doors are fitted, they have to be...
Seals.
sealed off with the front screen and all that.
Yep, smokes and seals.
That's done as well, is it?
Yes. Yep.
We know that.
Yes.
No, because I mean, I could go out tomorrow and make one phone call and get you 2 1-hour fire check doors for a quarter of that price. But it's the fitting of them, the guarantee of them and everything else.
Yeah, that's why they're the cost they are, because they're the certified with everything. As I say, the only thing I've asked to reuse is the actual big handle, because it's a decent handle.
Right, well, I've had my
Thank you. We have a proposal from Councillor Lewis. We have a seconder.
Councillor Pyatt.
Thank you. Are we all in favour?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Item 16 is to discuss fire evacuation chair quotation, following manual handling concerns with the evacuation sledge, and to agree action.
Yeah, so we got a sledge at the top of the stairs. We had training in December on it, and again, it was pulled up on the fire risk assessment as well, that we needed in-depth training. As I say, I arranged the training, and we found issues with it. It's okay for those that are the perfect height and the perfect weight, but the majority of the staff ended up with backache for 2 days later with it. You needed a minimum of 2 people, and a lot of the shifts, there's only 1 member of staff on at certain points in the day, and therefore we obviously went out for something that was able to be used by 1 person, and the evac chair was what was recommended. Been out to 3 firms, had 2 quotes back that you've seen. And my recommendation would be always to put the staff first and go with the safest option, because otherwise you'll end up with a bigger claim than... I know it's 1,500, that does include the training. The chair is just under £1,000, the training is just over £500 plus that. But that's putting your safety of your staff at. I don't think some of the staff could use the sledge anyway, as it is, so I would consider it unsafe.
Could I just say that I run a hotel for 20 years and we had the evacuation problem there, and we had a sling that people used to get in the sling and carry them down, 4 people. And what came out of it was, if there was 1 person comes down, fine. How about if you've got 10 upstairs, all need that? The chair's not going to do you a lot of good with that. Don't ask me what the answer is, because a lot of people have the big windows open, and you know the chute that you have off an aeroplane, they put one of those down from the
Yeah, I
top
mean,
floor.
we've got the evacuation holding point at the top of stairs, which is why I felt that, as per the previous item, that we had certified doors, because that is what will stop the fire for 60 minutes getting into that holding area, which I would hope would give the firemen, firewomen, fire people a chance to be able to rescue during that time. You're right, once it's been used once, our insurance is you do not go back into the fire, so we would only rescue 1 going down. But that is also part of our discussions with hirers anyway. If they're a high-risk hirer with multiple physical demands, then we would always recommend a downstairs room. That said, we hire out to registration services and we don't get those discussions. Obviously, that is just, we're having 68 people plus 2 registrars, and we don't have any details of who's hiring that room. So I do think you need something, but I agree, it's not going to get down multiple people.
The thing is that the holding area is important. If you can get a decent holding area that the fire brigade will approve, then that's the safest way, because, as you say, if you could hold them in there for 60 minutes and not kill them all, then you're doing a wonderful job. But we had a problem where if we put this big sling down, you needed 4 really big blokes to carry someone down. And once you carry them down once, you couldn't go back anymore. So the holding area is the important one.
I mean, what I will say, and hopefully Councillor Lewis will back me up on this, but when we had the fire officer come down to check the building for the registration services, they said that they no longer wish us to have a holding area, and where possible to evacuate out of the building. They don't like holding because it increases the risk of someone being left there.
But how about the people that just can't come get it evacuated?
Yeah, as I say, you're always going to have an issue where there is going to be someone that cannot transfer from a wheelchair because of some reason, but this is lowering the risk of leaving someone upstairs unattended, because obviously we wouldn't leave a member of staff in that holding area. They would then be there with a fire potentially burning around them. So it's the best of a bad situation, in my opinion.
Thank you, Councillor Sharman. Councillor Leach.
I think the chair's quite a good idea. I don't think it's that excessive price considering the safety. I'm quite happy to go along with it, yeah.
Right. Do we have a proposal to go ahead with this?
I'll propose it.
Councillor Leach is proposing, Councillor Levers is seconding. Are we all in favour?
Councillor Sharman? No. Against? No. Okay, so it's 1 against, thank you.
1 against. Item 17 is to discuss the purchase of additional trees for the Jubilee Community Centre site and agree action. Anybody who's been up to the Jubilee Community Centre will see that there's a line of trees and it stops what looks like halfway down. The proposal is that, or the proposal would be that we extend that line of trees and pay for the extra trees that we need and have them planted. Councillor Lewis.
Did we actually decide that we were going to put trees that side of the fence or not? Or was it going to be a small, low-rooted hedge that was going to go down that side? Because looking at these pictures, we've got some rather large trees there, very close to the roadway, which we spent a lot of money on. And we've just spent a lot of money on a new fence going down. I'd hate to see in a few years' time that whole lot is all undermined by these trees.
I haven't got a date for the property meeting, but it's definitely in the property minutes saying about the grant that we'd succeeded in, and we've gone on that basis of the grant.
If it was, I was on the understanding it was a hedge and not trees going down there.
That's right.
Because I wouldn't want trees down. If you're going to plant trees, put them down on the right-hand side where, when the entrance or exit as it is now was made wider, put them down that bottom end to fill in the hedge where it was taken away from.
Thank you. Councillor Levers?
I was shocked to see, to read the other day when I was looking about trees, because I was looking for the see whether there's any grants for trees for the Jubilee Centre, and I didn't realise that trees should be planted 10 feet from a fence. Were these planted 10 feet?
And what was the reason for planting them 10?
Because the roots, and we've had trees in our garden, the roots go under the fence and then start bubbling the roadway up.
Understood. Any further comments?
You're saying discuss purchase of additional trees. The Borough Council has spent the last 50 years, to my knowledge, removing trees from Downham Market. I've never seen the Borough Council put one back. So I want to know if the Borough Council is prepared to donate funding to put trees where we'd like them. Is that possible to look at?
I think we can explore all possibilities.
Thank you.
What we're looking at is whether to spend £1,000 on planting more trees to complete the tree line. Councillor Judy Pyatt.
I would be against buying any more trees. Like the others on the property committee, hedging was suggested, not trees. So, you know, we're expecting a small privet hedge or something like that, but not quite substantial yew trees. And these are quite expensive, and I would definitely be against buying any more.
Any further thoughts on this? Councillor Pyatt.
Yeah, I'm against it too. I think these yew trees have been put wrong. They should not be there because they will lift the road up within a very short period because their roots run everywhere. If you're a horticulturalist, you'll know it for a fact that the yew trees have got long roots and they do dig up, they come up to the surface as soon as they can. And usually it's in the middle of a roadway. I think it would be better to take the trees up and put them down the bottom near the Roses Lane.
Any further thoughts? Councillor Lewis.
I wouldn't be against setting a load of daffodils down the side of the fence or something like that. to make it look pretty during the springtime and whatever else. We set them. It'd be much better than a hedge. I'm sorry.
I think the idea was to stop footballs coming across over the fence.
But that's why we had the fence with the kickboard across the bottom, which Councillor Dixon suggested at the meeting when we was having it, putting a kickboard across the bottom to stop the footballs from coming out.
Yes, we have a fence with a kickboard.
That was the reason we done that.
Thank you. Do we have any proposals after all this discussion?
Can I suggest you leave it until I can't find the minutes at the moment because I'm trying to flick through them. And then we have a look at the minutes because we have had a horticultural specialist who is trained in it, look at it, and he has no concerns over where they are planted. And I want to check what was actually agreed. Because there's some accusations being made here and I don't believe that they're valid accusations. And I believe that council were made aware of what was happening. But I'd like the opportunity to find that information and present it to council, please.
Are we happy to leave this matter for future discussion? Councillor Moises.
Can I just request that we go for thorn hedging if we do go for hedging, as it's better for the birds and environment. And well, it'll probably keep some of them out and some of them in.
Football?
Yeah, exactly.
I've just found it. Property Committee minutes, 24th of October. Members were advised that the Town Clerk had applied for a grant for 6 fruit trees to replace the dying trees in the Memorial Garden and English yew plants for the Jubilee Community Centre. So council were advised.
Thank you.
I think it's just the fact they're too close to the fence. There was no specific where we were going to put them.
I'll make sure my minutes are more detailed in future so that there is no more accusations made.
I
Point
think
noted.
we should come back to this.
I don't think anybody's making any accusation. Just saying we didn't realise, or I certainly didn't realise they were going to get planted alongside a roadway.
Thank you. I think it's something we need to look at a bit more closely and come back to council with a bit more information.
We could have actually made the proposal because do we want the trees? That's what we could have made the proposal for. That was what the question was.
But you're asking for them now to be removed.
No, we're not.
Moved.
I'm not.
Moved.
But I'm just quoting what I've read because I was looking up for grants for Jubilee Centre and I just went and read a bit more on that page. But the question tonight was, do we want more trees there? We could easily vote on that.
Okay, is that your proposal? Are you making a proposal there?
I'm making a proposal. Do we want to put more trees in the line that was at Jubilee Centre? There, we'll make it.
No.
To turn that question into a proposal, are we saying we propose that we put more trees, or are we saying we propose that we do not put any more trees, we do not spend the money at this time putting more trees in?
At the moment. Yes.
So that's the proposal,
Yes.
not to spend any more money putting more trees
Yes.
up. Okay, do we have a seconder for that? Yes.
Councillor Lewis.
Are we in favour of that proposal that we don't buy any more trees for the time being?
Those against? Those abstaining?
I'll abstain, please.
Abstaining. Councillor Sharman? Sorry, I missed your vote. Are you in favour or? Yeah. So at the moment I've got abstaining Councillor Buxton, Councillor Lane. Anyone else abstaining? That's lovely, 2 abstentions, thank you.
On to item 18, to receive councillor questions.
Got 10 minutes.
Councillor Julie Pyatt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In the diary, there was a meeting scheduled for Friday the 7th of March with James Taylor of Downham Town Football Club. Did the meeting go ahead? And if it did, could we have any comments or feedback what was discussed, please?
The meeting did go ahead. The only thing discussed was the expression of interest for the 3G. I advised that council had voted in favour of putting an expression in. He said that the football club had put an expression in. He did query how not having a meeting to discuss the partnership of that, how we could move forward with it, but that's what the basis of the meeting was.
Are you happy with the answer?
Yeah, I'm just, so the question of the burger bar being up there on our car park at weekends wasn't discussed?
No, well, yes it was. He's aware that council have queried it, but because nothing was discussed when we were discussing the Jubilee site previously, I haven't put any information to him on it.
So, in effect, then the council aren't getting any rent for that like they would on their other properties?
Not at the present, no.
No.
We can put it on the agenda for the future.
Well, yeah, if you've got a space for it, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other councillor questions? Councillor Lewis. Councillor Buxton.
Just a small little note. Now we've got the town council sign above the office, which looks great. Could we, at some point, update the website? It's a small little request, I know, but it obviously would reflect the newer businesses and the beautiful flowers that we've got at the moment. So just at some point, if some new photos could be taken, that'd be great.
Thank you. And Councillor Lewis?
Just how are we getting on with quotes for the drainage up at the JCC? Are we progressing?
I've made some inquiries and I'm waiting for some phone calls back.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you. It only remains for me to note the date of the next full council meeting, which would be Tuesday the 1st of April.
In the town hall at 7 o'clock.
Yes, Town Hall, 7 o'clock. And with the time at 20:52, I close the meeting.